This morning's headlines: Westbrook deal will shape Thunder franchise, based on the joy that flooded across Oklahoma City over the news of Russell Westbrook's mega contract extension. You might have thought Westbrook had agreed to pay $205 million over 5 years to the city or to the Thunder franchise. This is a big deal, literally and figuratively, and was treated as such in coverage by the Daily Oklahoman. The paper got a reaction from Duke coach Mike Krzyzewski, Westbrook's coach on Team USA. Columnist Barry Trammell offered context in his blog. And beat writer Eric Horn looked at how Westbrook's decision might impact the direction of the team. The implications of Westbrook's new deal go beyond the numbers. It's a decision that will have a major influence on the future of the franchise. The effect on Carmelo Anthony and Paul George. Westbrook returning could be a big selling point to Anthony staying in Oklahoma City more than one season. Anthony is in the final guaranteed season on his contract. He has an early termination option in his contract for 2018-19 which he could trigger, allowing him to become a free agent in the summer of 2018. If he opts in, Anthony will play a second season in Oklahoma City at $27.90 million. But Anthony will be 34 in May and likely won't command more than that per season in free agency. In addition to the guaranteed money Anthony gets in returning to Oklahoma City, he now knows Westbrook will be here long term. Westbrook signing is confirmation at least one star is sticking around, and it gives Anthony more incentive to remain with a winner after 4 consecutive losing seasons in New York. Oklahoma City wasn't Anthony's first or second choice in trade discussions, but he agreed to come play with Westbrook and George. Westbrook resigning could make it easier for Anthony to stay. What remains on their radar is George's future. George has said his #1 priority is winning, but his affinity for Los Angeles isn't a secret. He's expected to enter free agency in the summer. If Westbrook and Anthony are committed to staying, coupled with a successful season, George's decision becomes tougher. The salary cap effect trading for George and Anthony made it clear the Thunder isn't worrying about the luxury tax ramifications. Westbrook's salary is projected to jump to $35.3 million next season. Factoring in George and Anthony's current guaranteed salaries for 2018-19, which both can opt out of, the Thunder's payroll would be more than $138 million. That's a best-case scenario, if George and Anthony play out next season at their respective 2018-19 salaries of $20.7 million and $27.90 million. The Thunder's projected luxury tax bill this year after acquiring Anthony, nearly $27.8 million. It'll be bigger if Anthony and George return, with a final number dependent on the NBA's revenue from the upcoming season. The perception the Thunder is the 28th largest media market out of 30 NBA cities. The Thunder was reportedly the one dissenting vote among those 30 teams in the league's recent vote for NBA draft lottery reform. The Thunder was built on the success of the draft and rebuilt on Sam Presti engineering trades to surround Westbrook with talent. The odds of OKC, or other teams outside of mega media markets, being able to acquire all-star talent via free agency aren't good. Durant has settled in, and it shows. Westbrook's former cohort in OKC, Kevin Durant, would have shared the keys to that city with a 2017 MVP had he stayed. Instead, Durant is beginning his second season with Golden State. And after a full year there, including winning a championship and being named Finals MVP, it's safe to say Durant has moved considerably to the right on his Warriors learning curve. On his personal comfort curve as well, as Chris Biederman of WarriorsWire.com writes this year, with his first championship and a Finals MVP award under his belt, Durant's a different player, according to his head coach Steve Kerr. Last year he was trying to figure out what the hell we were doing, and this year he's totally dialed in, Kerr told reporters. He understands the concepts. He is comfortable within his surroundings, not only on the floor but off. He is a different guy this year. Making this camp even smoother is the fact the Warriors are bringing back most of their championship roster. General manager Bob Myers had to make drastic changes to the roster last off-season in order to make room for Durant, letting go of core players like Harrison Barnes, Andrew Bogut, Maurice Spates, Leandro Barbosa, and Festus Ezeli. In came Zaza Pachulia, David West, JaVale McGee and others to take on key roles, creating a major adjustment for all involved, including Durant. "I'm more comfortable in this training camp," Durant admitted. "Zaza's more comfortable, D. West. All the guys that weren't here a couple years ago, they're just more comfortable now and I think that's only going to help us."